Welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraqi dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you will be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily somewhere in the video, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comment section. Good luck. Now, let's proceed with the latest Iraqi dinar news and intel today. Please take these pieces of information with a grain of salt, and please make sure to do your own due diligence. You can feel it. Something big is lining up in Iraq right now. Between the new oil deal that's been nearly 2 decades in the making, a mysterious 7-day national holiday extension, and fresh statements coming out of both the IMF and the CBI, there's a lot of energy building behind the scenes. Now, I'm not saying this is the moment, but when you connect the dots, the HCL oil agreement, Sudani's timing, the IMF's talk about revaluation, and even Iran's move to delete zeros, it's starting to look like Iraq is positioning itself for something historic. Before we jump in, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on. You'll want to stay until the end of this video because I'll share my full analysis on how all of this ties into the bigger picture of Iraq's revaluation and reinstatement timeline. All right, let's break it down. Here are the latest updates shaking up the RV conversation right now. Let's get into it. From Newshound/Intel Guru Mountain Goat. Article: Oil agreement to deliver Kurdistan's oil to SOMO and export it via Ceyhan in accordance with the Constitution and budget. The best part about this agreement is now the U.S. Treasury can exchange our dinars for cheap oil credits, as planned, without sacrificing the entire Iraqi economy. You see, there had to be this oil and gas agreement, HCL, first. Now you're going to see why it is so important to get this law in place. But remember, too, that the finalized law has not been submitted to Parliament as of yet. From Intel Newshound Guru MarkZ via PDK. This one was sent to me by a member. This is from Friday, June 1st, 2007. The Iraq hydrocarbon law, how and when. They talk about how long this has taken, when they finally have it, and the stability it will bring. This was about a 20-year process, and we are at the end of it. We have never been to this point before. From Newshound Guru Claire article, Washington warns al-Sudani and bans him from UN meetings. Quote, Washington prevented Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani from attending UN meetings amid threats of a U.S.-Israeli strike against Popular Mobilization Forces, PMF factions. A call between U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and al-Sudani prior to the UN General Assembly meetings revealed to him that there would be no agenda for him to work with U.S. administration officials due to the failure to take the measures he had agreed upon against Iranian-backed militias in Iraq. From Intel Guru Frank 26, this thing Sudani did, extend the national holiday to 7 days, was interesting. This is the perfect time for Sudani to release the new exchange rate. From Newshound Guru Pimpy, what is a redenomination? It's when they change the whole look of their currency. Like I said, cross your fingers. We'd hope they don't remove the 3 zeros and they change the exchange rate because then we get a whole lot more money back. But if they delete the zeros, your payday is not going to be as big as you hope it would have been. From Newshound Guru Samson. Article: The Iranian parliament approves the deletion of 4 zeros from the national currency. From Newshound Intel Guru FNU LNU. Sudani extends a holiday, and everyone reports this as some sort of indicator that he has done this to affect the revaluation. There is no rational basis for such a conclusion. It means nothing except the holiday is extended. From newshound guru MilitiaMan. Article: Iranian parliament approves the deletion of the 4 zeros from the national currency. It's about the Iranian parliament. This isn't the first time we've heard this. Quote, converting 10,000 old rials to one new rial to simplify transactions amid hyperinflation and sanctions because it's 900,000 rials to the dollar. 900,000. Iraqi dinar is 1310. This isn't Iraq's path, but it shows regional currency reforms and efforts. Iraq is a totally different story. It has completely different circumstances. Definitely don't compare the two like being one. Iran's move addresses devaluation without a full revaluation. Iraq has 8% inflation in the first half of 2025, which is historically low. From newshound guru Sandy Ingram. We have millions of Iraqi dinar over here in the Western Hemisphere. The United States itself has billions of Iraqi dinars, and so do other countries. This is an issue overprinted dinar held in mattresses inside of Iraq that will be solved, but we have no idea when. From newshound guru Claire. Article: The Iranian parliament approves the deletion of 4 zeros from the national currency. Quote, members of Iran's Islamic Consultative Assembly voted on Sunday on a bill amending the country's monetary and banking law, approving the removal of 4 zeros from the national currency. The law stipulates that every 10,000 Iranian rials will be converted into one new rial while retaining the name rial as the country's official currency. From Intel Guru Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report. From Firefly. The television says the IMF has released some projections for Iraq for 1 to 2 years. They're saying Iraq may revalue their currency if diversification continues at the rate it's going now. From Frank. Non-oil revenues. That's a diversification. 1 to 2 years? That's stupid because that's exactly what is happening now. The wonderful thing is they are talking to you about having purchasing power. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Before ending with few more updates, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is rational. Comment down below which updates you like, think is valuable, or get you most excited. You can be the lucky winner if you like, subscribe, and watched the main content of this video. This will be for this coming Sunday's giveaway, and the winner will be announced in one of the Sunday's videos, so you do not want to miss it. From newshound guru Pimpy, Iraq is doing very good to keep things stable. Al-Sudani has done a really good job, but I'm really concerned about the election that's coming up, just because there's always some kind of shenanigans that takes place. We need Al-Sudani to get in there and get elected into office and do a full 6 years. That's what we need. From newshound/Intel Guru FNU article, the Iraqi Ministry of Justice has announced a major legal settlement with 3 Dutch companies. Iraq is still settling lawsuits and paying off debts. If you read the IMF consultation report, you quickly see that Iraq is no rose garden and there are problems aplenty. We still have a long way to go to RV, perhaps 1 to 2 years if the IMF estimation is accurate. And finally, the last update is from newshound guru Claire. Article: in exchange for a second term, a politician reveals that Al-Sudani sent a delegation to Washington to normalize relations with Israel. Quote, Al-Sudani sent a secret and unannounced government delegation to the United States of America to discuss an offer presented to Al-Sudani, which included recognition of the Zionist entity in exchange for a second term. This visit came to confirm Al-Sudani's approval of the offer and to move forward with the stages of normalization according to the time frame set during the delegation's meeting. All right, guys, before I get into my final thoughts, make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell turned on because what we're about to unpack connects some powerful dots. What's happening right now in Iraq isn't random, it's intentional, calculated, and in my opinion, we're looking at the strongest setup yet for a revaluation or reinstatement. So let's break it down. Mountain Goat's update about the historic oil and gas law being activated is huge. Not just another headline. This law has been stalled for almost 2 decades. Now we finally see Kurdistan's crude being transferred to the Federal Ministry of Oil, exported through the Ceyhan pipeline, and the revenues distributed constitutionally. That's economic unity at the highest level. And for the IMF, U.S. Treasury, and investors, that unity equals stability, the single most important prerequisite for any major currency move. Then, MarkZ's reference to that 2007 article hits hard. A 20-year journey toward this hydrocarbon law finally coming to completion. That shows persistence and political will. Iraq has never been this close to closing the chapter on energy disputes and moving forward with national revenue control. Historically, when these deep structural laws lock into place, they're often followed by equally historic economic shifts. Now, FNU-LNU's observation about the IMF's 1 to 2 year projection is where timing gets interesting. In my opinion, that projection isn't a countdown, it's a conservative placeholder. Iraq's already hitting every benchmark. Inflation is stable, reserves over $100 billion, the parallel market gap narrowed, digital banking reforms in motion, and WTO entry nearly complete. If they were to wait a full 2 years, they'd risk losing momentum. Investor confidence could fade, and politically, Sudani would lose the reform narrative heading into elections. That's why I see 6 to 12 months as the more realistic and optimal window. Waiting longer becomes riskier, not safer. And that brings us to MilitiaMan's point about Iran deleting 4 zeros from its currency, a perfect contrast to Iraq's plan. Iran's move is a survival response to hyperinflation and sanctions, converting 10,000 old rials into 1 new rial just to simplify transactions. Iraq, on the other hand, is working from a position of strength, not desperation. Their inflation is just 0.8%, a historic low, and their zero-deletion project is about increasing value and purchasing power, not shrinking it. Where Iran is reacting to collapse, Iraq is preparing for global normalization. So in my opinion, all of this tells one story. Iraq's not stuck, they're staging. The hydrocarbon law brings unity. MarkZ reminds us it's 20 years in the making, FNU-LNU frames the IMF's cautious projection, and MilitiaMan shows us the regional contrast that highlights Iraq's stability. The 1-2 year IMF projection might sound prudent on paper, but based on reforms already achieved, the real window is tighter inside 6 to 12 months. If they move within that range, it won't just be an economic milestone, it'll be symbolic. It'll mark Iraq's rebirth as a unified, sovereign, and globally integrated economy. In my opinion, Iraq's not waiting for the perfect moment. They've already built it. Stay tuned, because when this happens, it's going to happen fast, and you'll want to be here when it does. That's my final take. Moreover, we posted a breaking news the other day. Iraq just made a major move toward joining the World Trade Organization by completing comprehensive technical responses, an essential step that signals a shift toward full international integration. While this might seem like a routine headline, it's actually one of the strongest signs that Iraq could be preparing to move off the program rate and take the dinar global. In this video, I'll break down how this development ties directly into the RV/RI process, how it connects with IMF Article 8 compliance, and why this moment could indicate the beginning of the end for the 1300 rate. If you've been watching for the clues and waiting for confirmation that Iraq is ready, this is the update you don't want to overlook. Most people will miss the significance until it's too late. Please go ahead and check it out by clicking on the link on the top right of this video, as you don't want to miss this. Lastly, we will continue to post videos about the recent events and articles supporting the changes taking place in Iraq, so you don't want to miss them. Also, don't forget, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next video. Bye!